we are definitely going to talk about how Cordy did offer to commission me to be his full-time jungler. It's pretty.
I don't know,
nuts.
man. That last game was kind of rough.
Bro,
I had to get back to old Cordy.
I went 15-5. What do you mean?
Did you really go 15-5 that game?
Yes, dude.
Okay, well, you know what the crazy part is? You actually had the least amount of damage on the team.
Yeah, dude. Because I just like pop people
The
and then they
KS,
try
bro.
to leave and I ult kill them. Bro.
KS.
I literally had 4
Taco
kills
had
in the
more
first
damage
6
than you.
minutes. He did not. That's cap. He did
I
not.
swear.
Wait, Ganesh has the highest damage ult in the game, bro. Wait,
Okay, but
pause.
he supports. He supports.
Pause, bro.
That's true.
Welcome everyone to the Outplayed podcast, a weekly show where we talk video games, anime, and more. No Paragon, the Overprime, no Predecessor, no maybe Smite. Not really sure what the direction we are all going. But how are you guys doing, man? Let's introduce ourselves for people that don't know. We're on a different subcategory again. We're on the Smite category, the Smite channel category. So go ahead and
Wolfie,
go first. Yeah, go first, Wolfie.
Hi, my name is Mike Wolfie. I am an ex-Paragon of the Overprime partner streamer. I'm currently, I wish I could tell you where I'm going to stream primarily. I'm still working on that. Bit of a grace period, but for now we're trying out other stuff. I stream Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That's it for me.
Yo, guys. My name's Ego. I primarily do some casting stuff. I'm moving into Smite. I've made a little spot here within the PCC and Predecessor. And previously, I did all of it in Paragon the Overprime. I'm in the charge of a little group of competitive players known as Overpowered, possibly looking to make a debut in Smite here sometime soon.
Ooh.
So thank you for having us. I'm very, very excited to be here with Sir Cordy. Man, if you guys are here, you know who Cordy is. I'm very excited for today's show because a lot has happened.
Goodness. Yeah. And I'm Cordy. Originally Smite player, went to Paragon the Overprime, had a lot of fun, really enjoyed the game. Tried Pred for about like 5 days and just couldn't do it. So we're back on Smite, getting ready for Smite 2.
Can I be honest real quick, Cordy?
Yeah. What's up?
On podcast. Like off rip, dude, I am so shocked that you left Pred.
Why is that?
I am so because the viewership on that bad boy was not. So when you were like, I was like, what? Like I'm not gonna lie. Part of me you ever play like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and you like complete a mission and it's like you get like respect plus 10%.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, like you're like, I can't, man. I don't love it. And I'm like, what are you gonna do? You're like, I'm leaving for Smite, and I'm like, respect plus 10%. You didn't just stay for the views, bro. You're like, I don't love it, so I'm out. I was like, that's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it was the thing that was more closer to Paragon for sure, but I couldn't do it, man. I could have stayed and like maybe got more views, and YouTube probably would have been okay, but mentally, like I just didn't really like the game. I couldn't care for it, and the pacing how long it was going to take for new content to come out, and when Smite already has all that kind of content and Smite 2 is going to be coming out in the near future, there's just like, I'd rather spend my time on Smite and get back to getting to my roots than playing Pred.
Okay.
So I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last game I had to uninstall. I mean, I felt bad for Zoro because he was like really enjoying it and wanting to have fun with it. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't do it, Zoro, and I left mid-match. I uninstalled and just left.
It was the
RIP the homie Zoro.
What about you, though?
He's not gonna take it serious. I'm sure he'll be all right.
What about you, though, Wolfie? What is your? Where are you at right now, man?
It's a loaded question. I don't know. Like I've tried to I don't know how to articulate it, but like when I play Smite, feel like I'm just going. I don't like, as far as Conquest, I don't like the Conquest meta. I don't like Conquest. We tried it today and I was getting a grasp of it, but even when I was getting a grasp of it, I wasn't enjoying the pathing or like the mentality behind it. Whenever I play Pred, it's super slow, but I enjoy it more than Smite, and I don't know why.
Right? I think because there's like not a lot to do in that game. and that's why
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's just it's
Yeah.
redundant.
Because I think, like we were saying before, like when I play Smite, it's like you get these 3 camps, then you go to lane. Once you get one wave, you go over to this camp, and you get this camp, and then after you get that camp, you go back to lane, get some XP, then you go back and you go help out mid, or like there's like 7 different things to do per lane. And to me, it doesn't feel like I'm like playing the lane or playing for against to beat the other person. It feels like I'm just trying to farming simulator them. Where like Pred, it's kind of like the same thing. It's like a farming simulator, but you're fighting the person in lane for CS, for minion, for pressure control. They're pretty much like, ideally it's the same thing. Get gold, get minions, keep going. But like the way you do it on Pred is slower, but I don't know. I feel like I'm actually fighting somebody, but when I'm in Smite, I feel like I'm just out farming somebody, and it's not.
It used to be
So
it used to be really simple in Smite, and that's how solo was. You'd go solo, you'd fight, or you'll get your boob up, and you go back and like just brawl in solo. And then they started adding things like the totem. There's a teleport. There's like extra camps over there because it was just so boring in that lane, and people kind of wanted that. So you're kind of getting like the year 12 of the evolution of the solo lane. Like there's so much shit to do in that lane now.
I think it's like you're at like Smite right now is at where Pred will be if it like, you know, succeeds and grows, will be in 10 years, right? Right now in like Pred, you're like, all I have to do is kill him off the lane and go rotate to Fangtooth. Like that's it. That's what I do in solo lane. And like, you know, for now that's satisfying. But in year 5, it's like, dude, I've been doing the same thing. So they'll add like, oh, now the buff can like roam or like it's bigger or it has like this team thing. So you have to contest them. Or it's like,
get a meteor in your lane or something.
Yeah,
which is so weird.
exactly.
I
And
hate
then
that
in like
mechanic.
year 8, you'll be like bored again and they'll add something else. And then, you know, because you're like at the starting point of it. And I also, in my opinion, I think that like in Pred and solo, I have not played Pred super hard, so I am not in a place to say for sure. But in Pred solo lane, the only way to get advantage really is to kill someone off the lane or get Fangtooth. Like that's like for solo lane exclusively. Like those are the 2 options. I think the difference in Smite is there's like 5 different ways. Like you can kill the Medusa, you can get totem for your team, you can push lane, you can invade them because invading isn't really a thing that like happens in Pred. You can also like get your side camp. You can take teleport so you're back in lane. There's like so many levels of ways to get advantage. Yeah. And like you're getting hit by all of it like at once.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know what it is. I also don't like how in Smite anything on fucking solo lane works. It doesn't matter. Which I don't like.
At a higher skill level, that's not really the case. It's
okay. So
I mean, there are metas. There are metas that like right now. I think from what I've been hearing and stuff, it's a warrior meta. But there are metas, right? Like sometimes warriors fall off because it's that constant battle of balancing in one row and making one row really good. But currently right now it is warriors are really good in that lane, and casual is kind of anything really goes, but once you're skilled you can learn how to deal with it.
So I don't it's probably honestly at the end all be all could be just lack of skill, lack of game knowledge, but for me to get there I'm not enjoying it. When I'm on Pred, something I know with Smite is I cannot play that game by myself. I can't, and you know I don't want to rely on friends for my content and my stream. I have to learn how to do that myself. Pred, I have a little bit more of a handle on things where I can do it by myself. And if I play with friends, it's even better. But I cannot play Smite. I just can't. I can't play because like if I'm playing with Joust, I'm playing with randoms, and Smite isn't really a game where you can kind of do your own thing and win the game, whereas like Pred, since the laning phase is so slow and you know I'm usually in solo lane, I could just focus on my job and my role, and you know maybe I'll bring something to the table later. Whereas Smite, it's like, all right, if I'm the support, I go with the ADC, we get these 2 camps, then we get lane farm, then we push them out of the lane, then we get this like you can't, and then mid lane you're working with the jungle. Solo lane, I guess you're kind of by yourself for like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I don't know what the rotation is there, but I can't play Smite by myself. I just lose interest, and it hurts. And like I've noticed, like it hurts me. I'm not enjoying my time there because I'm not enjoying my time there. It's affecting my mood, which affects my personality. So when people come to stream, they're not enjoying me or the content I'm pushing out because I'm not enjoying myself. So Pred, I enjoy myself a little bit more. So maybe the personality's there and stuff like that. But
And I
I
think
don't
it,
know.
I think it might also does come down with like knowledge though, because there's
It does, probably.
in Pred, you know what the characters are, right? You know who they are, what they do.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot to
Mhm.
do in that lane, and
Mhm.
like you have that just that a year and 3 months of just knowing the characters even more because you played like Vault and other stuff.
Yeah.
When you're coming to Smite, you have a Smite experience, but there's like 130 gods, different items, different starts. This map is the newest version of the map. So much to do, so much to take in. But
Also,
so I'm thinking maybe I play some Pred and then Smite too, since it's going to be like kind of like a start from the bottom up again. Then we go full in on Smite. But
the only thing about that is it's still gonna feel like Smite, right? It's still gonna have that play smile. It's still gonna be Conquest. It's gonna. I don't think early alpha is gonna be any other game but Conquest. So we'll still have like all those extra things to do in Conquest. The only difference is there'll be like 50 gods by December, so 30 to 50 by December. So less gods to worry about, but still the same concept of the game.
Yeah. So like, also, okay. So like, I don't want to call you out on stream. Like, I'm not gonna gap with you. I'm not gonna do that to you. But like, you do enjoy Smite, and this is not like me like trying to like gaslight you. Like, yeah, you know, you like it. I know you want to be a Smite player, but like, I have seen you enjoy Smite. You enjoy Smite. You don't enjoy Conquest. Is the thing. Like.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Like you borderline like jizz when you play Siege. It's insane. You're like
Siege, I was having a blast.
You're like, look at my mind architecture. After the like second or third Joust game, you started enjoying Joust. Slash, you like started getting into. I don't think you don't enjoy. This could just like be me with a hot take, but I don't think you don't enjoy Smite. I don't think you enjoy the maintenance of Conquest, because like that is a big thing of what Conquest is in this game. Like as it is now, it is maintenance. Like I played a couple Conquests with Cordy here beforehand. Total ended up going 30-6, but that doesn't matter. And you know, even in the jungle, which is my best role, still apparently like there's like, okay, I gotta rotate this, I gotta pull the jungle camp over here for my mid laner, and now you also have to worry about, okay, there's this like giant fuck off tower in the mid lane I gotta like maintain pressure on so my like towers can get damaged. I need to like go invade over here now. I need to like make sure I rotate over here and probably drop a ward there. I need to hit this little sigil next to the camp, that way I get the right bonus effect. There's 2 speed camps now, and so you know there's like gold camps that if I don't take, they begin to like stack and stuff, and I lose value. So like there's a lot of like maintenance, and compared to like Smite used to just be like I'm in the jungle, I'm going to take my speed, I'll take the red for my mid laner, and then I'm going to 2v2 for 7 minutes in the mid lane, and nobody can stop me.
Meta,
Smite used to be like you had a red buff, you had a purple buff, speed, and blue, and that was it. Now we have 2 speeds, we have a green buff, there's all these extra small little camps, and solo lane used to be just like really just lane, blue, lane, back and stuff like that, but now they're adding so much more in that lane. But I could tell you're having some fun on support. Supports.
I was having fun in support. I think it was just because it was with you guys. Like I genuinely think it was I was having fun because I was playing with you guys.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine myself playing it by myself, and I need to learn how to do what I want to do by myself. I can't. Hey, like imagine like I say, hey guys, Tuesday we're gonna play Smite, right? And then Ego's like, hey, I'm sorry, I gotta work, I can't come in, I can't play Smite with you. No, I'm just shattered for the rest of the day. Like I can't, I have to adapt, like do it on my own. So
I know you like you say you like jousting. You like jousting.
Do you ever feel a pressure to just play Conquest?
Not Conquest, but like if I do play Joust, I would be playing with randoms, and that'd be toxic. If I play Duel, I'll probably get tilted and lose my sanity.
Yeah, that'd be a skill.
So it's like it's hard to, I don't know. If I was above average player in Smite, then I would do it, but I'm probably way below average on Smite right now. So
you think you will go back and try some Pred out?
I'm definitely gonna try it on Tuesday. This Saturday, I was thinking about doing a single player game, maybe. I don't know, honestly. I could either do a single player game. There's also I don't know. Do you guys have like a safety net game that you go to whenever you have nothing to play? Mine is like Forager. I don't know if you guys ever tried it. It's like I don't know, but lately I re-downloaded that. I'm going back to that. Maybe I'll just do that on Saturday. Just chill with the chat and play some Forager. But I don't know. But Tuesday, I'm definitely going to try Pred. I'll look into Smite. Maybe I'll play it on the days where I'm not streaming to see if I can kind of learn to play it by myself. But we'll see.
You're always welcome to join me. I think I'm like officially just on Smite now, and I'm probably going to play a lot of Conquest. That's just where I used to live. But I'm always going to like switch it up and play some other game modes. Like Assault Spawn, Arena is just something to just turn your brain off, and Joust is all right.
Okay.
What about you, Ego? How's your experience been so far?
So like here's my so like let's start with Pred, right? Well, no, Smite's easier. I enjoy Smite. I think Smite's fun. I enjoy steep learning curves. I do feel like the map in this Conquest is so fucking cluttered. I feel like it's so gross. Like the jungle, it's just terrain for no reason. And it feels like they're like, well, what if we make minions wander to fill some of this just rock space? And it's like, I'm like, who is this for? Like, why? Like, I was fine with there being like a little empty spaces in the jungle because those were pockets for like interaction and stuff, you know? Like those were like on a rotation and I'm rotating like left and the other jungler's rotating to mid from left. I can see him rotating and I can give that knowledge. If I want to see someone rotating, I need to turn into Rama, jump into the sky and whip out my fucking binoculars. It's insane. There's so much just terrain everywhere in the jungle. So that's one thing I dislike. Outside of that, I enjoy all of it. Like the maintenance stuff, I'm learning to enjoy just because it's like a lot of small victories, right? Yeah. It's like, oh, I got total. Nice. Oh, I rotated here and they're only 2 levels ahead of me already. Nice. And it's, you know, like X, Y, and Z. So I'm just also very familiar with Smite and I also just enjoy the speed of it, you know? Like
it is like that traditional true MOBA, right? Because we had a slight experience of that. When we were fighting, we got kills. We're like, okay, let's get goal period. We got goal period. They were still dead. So like, let's go get Pyromancer, reset, come back and do the party. It's like these small little things that add up to get to that big victory. Whereas like for Overprime and Pred, it wasn't really like a lot of those small things. It was like objective, team fight, back to lane. Objective, team fight, back to lane. There's like all these small little minor things that you would do in Smite, especially now because they added so much like stuff like the siege tower in the middle. Like that was kind of crazy. I didn't know that was a thing, but it sends a shockwave to every tower. And then apparently, if you get 3, it sends out titans and they collide with one another. Like, what the fuck? There's meteors that drop on the map. It's just like, it is a lot. It is a lot.
It is a lot, and I do feel like there's an argument to be made that there's too much. Like previously, like, okay, so like, how do I put this? I feel like Smite as it is now is fun for people who've been playing it forever, and it's good that they're catering to their player base. I don't think Smite as it is now in their main mode outside of like Arena is new player friendly anymore. Like, you know, I used to be able to be like, all right, you go into that lane, don't die, farm, take the little harpies that are close to you, take your like purple buff off cooldown, call it a day. Like that was kind of like the Smite operation. That's like what we did. Now it is significantly like more to the point to where I couldn't see like teaching a friend this and trying to teach them like well and them not being overwhelmed. But on Pred, I respect Predecessor more after casting some either esports stuff, and I'm coming to the conclusion that Pred is very slow. But a large part of why Pred is so slow is because of the players, less because of the game. Don't get me wrong; like it is still slower moving than anything I've ever touched in my life. But the very much so, in my opinion, the players and like quick play and stuff are why it feels so slow. Like after casting a few competitive games, it is notable that like at 10 minutes in, people have like there's like 12 kills total.
Does that happen a lot around like the mid camps though? Is that where a lot of the action is? Because the river buffs?
Yeah, it happens a lot around the mid camps. However, the junglers do gank frequently enough. Like they don't gank like hyper frequently, but they definitely do. So like that's one thing. But playing the game, like, but here's the thing: is I'm not going to get a competitive team of like you, me, fucking Wolfie, Vet, and like Prof, and we're not going to just be like we're about to go run the Pred scene so we can see what the game really feels like. So from a casual perspective, I still don't have a lot of fun with the game, but out of my obligation and commitment to this thing I've joined, I need to get as good at it as I can within reason.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How's that going, by the way? Like, when did you cast? Are you doing you didn't officially cast? You just did.
I'm gonna be casting the next PCC. Okay, the next PCC. From what I was told, unless I fall off and I just I don't know, become really really bad. Okay. I'm not gonna say okay, so I'm not gonna actually say the name of the person, but they have practice casting.
Mm-hmm.
The thing, so we rewatch film and we cast it while it's muted to practice and stuff. And I've been trying to cast with all of them to see who I got real synergy with. And one of the people I casted with, dude, I don't think I've been critiqued on my casting before. And it didn't hurt, but it made me excited in a way that someone was comfortable enough to be this transparent. I'll be honest with you, I casted with this dude. I'm yeah, it wasn't my best cast. I don't think it was my worst. And I was taking notes on how I could improve, do this and this. I'm yeah, let's go 1 to 10. How do you feel about that cast between the two of us? And he said, I'm trying to think of the words. He was honestly, the first game, I think it was an 8, 9.
Okay, you can't do an accent because surely people will pick up the accent.
No, exactly. I'm doing an accent because it's a made-up character.
Okay.
The person does not have an actual accent.
I thought you were trying to act.
The person, somebody's going to clip this and just listen to other casters and be
oh, he's about this guy.
Is it him? No, dude.
This guy sounds Australian.
You go throw shade on Outplayed.
He was like, "Oh, Mike, listen, gosh, but he was he's the second game, 8 out of 10. I feel it was really solid. You took a lot of the adjustments. That first game though, 4 out of 10, possibly 3. And I was holy shit, dude. What? I'm that bad? And he's yeah, you held this for too long. You did this. I have this preference, but you didn't know about that, so I don't blame you. But if I'm going raw, it would be this. And I was so excited, if that makes sense. Because it was the first.
They open your mind, oh, maybe
Dude, no, I'm I've thought I was shit for a while, but now I'm no, I am shit. But I have an avenue of getting better, you know? My goal is one day, Cordy, you turn on Smite Worlds and you just see me gamer, go nuts.
That'd be sick.
And so having somebody be honest with me and be this was shit, that was shit. You do really good at this. A lot of natural talent. And I think at the end of the day, he basically said along the lines of you have a lot of talent, you don't have any skills.
Yeah.
And I'm
all this effort for nothing.
Dude, I was wrecked, bro, but I was so excited about it. But no, yeah, that's how that's been going. The guys over there are super nice. I would like to say that. The dudes at the PCC are literally amazing. These guys are phenomenal. Much love to them. They're pretty awesome. I will say that.
Yeah, I feel most of the community is definitely welcoming.
It's true. Yeah.
Well, we had a couple other topics. So we briefly talked about Smite. Well, I guess so. Smite 2, they today launched the map, so I need to watch that, and we need to figure out Nico's mic because it is shit.
Wait, what?
Your mic is
shit?
so loud. We need a.
I turned him down in Discord. Yeah, I had to make that adjustment this morning.
We had a miss with your gain on your mic.
Wait,
it just picks up everything. That's all.
Okay, so for the rest, how's my volume?
No, you're good. You're good. It's just when you type and
squeaky chair,
and slam the door, and get up and fart and sneeze and.
Adjust it live.
When you breathe, yeah. No, just kidding. But okay.
Wait,
so
you can hear when I breathe.
No. We're chilling.
You're fine.
So Smite 2 Conquest, they dropped the map today. I didn't watch all of it. I'll watch it later on today. We're not gonna watch it on the podcast, but that's something to look out for. So in the meantime, though, you would say you're probably gonna go back and try Pred and wait for Smite 2, or occasionally try Smite and see for Wolfie. What is he doing over there?
I'm watching him do an audio test.
Okay, his gain's super high now.
Yeah.
Gamers, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. I think for now I'm gonna go back and try Pred. Maybe if I do Smite, it'll be to play with you guys, to play with the boys, probably not on my own. But Smite 2 for sure, because it's not starting from the ground up, but there's enough like I guess kind of reset that the game is doing that I can start from the ground up ish from there. So I'll play Smite if you guys want to set something up. We can do a game night or something, but I don't see myself playing on my own, so I think I'll be on Pred for now. And then Smite, that's really it.
Okay.
I think that's the best play for me.
All right. We got a couple of topics here. So of course, we were upset about Overprime, right? We all really actually enjoyed Overprime. Some people didn't. They didn't understand it. I like the concept of being just a different type of MOBA. It was in the same MOBA category, but it was like a different vibe. It was faster paced and stuff like that. But what was the topics here? What changes we would have made to Overprime that we think would have saved the game?
Oh, this is the rest of the podcast.
Wait, pause. I didn't think we were actually going to use that template.
Well, there's not really much else.
We'll be here for hours.
We can kind of go like, there's a couple things, but
I feel like Cordy, you should.
Yeah, you start first.
You're the most like center-minded, and like I feel like
because I think after you bring up some stuff, Ego will agree with you, and he'll say, "Oh, this is what I would do," and then by the time we get to me, I'll probably be screaming toxic shit to the devs about why it didn't get fixed. But
I mean, we know the reason why, right? It got canceled was because it wasn't a big player base. I think there's like definitely two things they could have done, but it's really hard because there's a lot of things that they could have done to make that game like better, right? Of course, we could talk about advertisements. Sprint mode can bring in more people from Pred. They could have tried it out, things like that. But it's just, I think it was inevitable, and we're behind a big company of Netmarble, and they just didn't see any worth of that game, so they axed it pretty quickly.
I agree with you. I do think there's like some pretty cut and dry stuff they could have done, but I feel like could have definitely saved the game. And this is going to sound like such a self-promoting like BS thing, but I mean it. It's like a reason like why it started over.
Okay,
like,
your mic actually sucks now.
No, you're cutting out now.
Your mic is going to get.
What do you even mean? Okay, so
just change the slider a little bit.
Okay, how do we feel now? How's
Good.
this?
Good.
Yeah,
Normal voice volume.
Yeah, like the tail end of your sentences were getting cut.
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay, so are they getting cut now? I'm talking in a normal way.
No, you're good.
Okay, cool, sick. So I do feel like, and I said it's gonna sound like such like self-promoting bullshit, but like I really think if they would have dedicated a little bit of time into made more time earlier on into helping establish, even if it's them doing it in esports around it, like monthly tournaments bring communities together, like they do. Like they give teams, they give players reasons to play, and more than anything, they like help program aspirations in the community competitively and casually. Del Taco sees Wolfie get a double kill in solo with Kwong, all of a sudden Del Taco wants to master Kwong, so Del Taco's playing all the time. Conte sees Ego get a Penta in the mid, so like he's like, I want to like be a competitive player, so now he's playing ranked a lot because he wants to hone his skills. Like if they would have put more time in to like grow that, or at least start it on earlier, I think it could have been good for the game. But even taking that a step back, because that is based out of a need for retention. We never got a battle pass, dude. We never even like a battle pass. I think like every 3 to 4 months could have been big for the game. Put a really dope skin, put some in-game currency, and like just show people that like you're invested in them staying, even if it affects like 30% of the people who like would have left. That still puts us at like 1,500 people, and then maybe Netmarble doesn't pull the plug. There's a ton of like balancing stuff that could have been fixed, but like I don't know. It definitely feels like those were like two things that I feel like the ball was missed on.
I understand the esports league, because Smite actually themselves on season 0 they had like the biggest tournament they've ever had. It was like $1 million, I believe, but they had $1 million tournament, and so they kind of just was really popular in the beginning, and then slowly the decline of Smite happened, and the pro scene prize pool was getting lower and lower and lower. But I can understand that. I can see that putting a little bit more effort in the esports category.
Yeah, it's just something to like bring people together, and then like a battle pass, and just kind of that type of thing where like big things, at least in my opinion. What about you, Wolfie?
I would say less emphasis on the content and more emphasis on bounce and poor foundation of the game. Like karmas were introduced, they were okay at first, then they came out with some new ones, they were poorly received. They kept coming out with new karmas or tweaking them. I think if we just got starter items instead of karmas or relics or summons, if you're a league player, that would have been better. I would have much preferred starter items over karmas. Stuff like minions doing damage in lane would have been nice, but instead, we got like booby skins, or we got like I am happy with the summer event and the winter event. I think that's a cool idea, but I think you should have made the main baseline of the game fun to play, because when you drop content, it brings it's a refresher, right? It's exciting for those people who have been playing to play again, because now there's a content drop. Instead of doing that, but we needed new players, and the only way new players are going to stick around is if the base foundation is fun to play. So instead of dropping skins, maybe balance the game a little bit more. But it seemed like they came out with a formula of just drop skins, drop a character, drop skins, drop a character. Well, balance on the way, but the balances were not.
Yeah, not really balancing.
They also weren't like targeted towards the right things. Like, how many times have we said you need to nerf Seraph, and instead they buff Aurora and Shinbi? It's like, I think that it was misguided where they were targeting, and they should have, like, a good point was to add a test server. Smite has that, right? I think if you add a test server for Paragon and let the pros go in there and shatter your game in half, I guarantee you when it comes to the community, it'll be more balanced and more fun to play. So
good example, mana explosion and vitality surge.
Vitality surge,
like that was so strong.
So I think
we still have the clip too, don't you, Courtney?
I
doing Aurora and just getting nuked. I'm like, I'm a tank, bro.
Yeah, I think if instead of focusing on content, they focus on balance and patching, and then you could always come out with the skins later, or maybe you do a big content drop every 6 months instead of every 2 weeks or every month. And I'd say more promoting, like the game was not known.
Too. Yeah, more marketing. But
like, I think they relied on us to do the marketing with YouTube videos, TikToks, instead of, hey, every time somebody logs into Amazon, there's a picture of Twin Blast behind Murdoch on the side of their Amazon purchase or something, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But I really feel like if we had gotten to that open beta, the PlayStation 5, where we're gonna get eventually, I'm sure, passives. We're gonna get the open beta. We would have had a bigger influx of people, and then that kind of maybe would have shown to Netmarble that, like, people are actually playing this game. It's not its current state where it's like an average of 1,200 people. Like,
yeah.
So I think that would have.
We didn't get that far. Like they cut it too short.
It was like really, it was like a couple weeks, and it would have been.
Yeah, if you gave us if you said, hey, after 3 months of the open beta, it's not doing well, fine, fair enough. You gave it your best shot, but you weren't even at your peak yet or your best, and you gave up already. So
I feel like if Netmarble or Souleve would have poured 10% of what they put into the Mave marketing stuff into Paragon, it'd be a successful game. Like even like the YouTube video, like imagine if on YouTube, like, instead of, did you guys see the what was her name?
Marty?
I haven't played the game. Marty. The Marty playing Paragon skit.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine VTuber, right?
Imagine like if when VTuber Marty was playing Paragon as Marty, and like it's happening, and she's like, hashtag show Marty some love. What's my name? And it's like, bro, like imagine if that was like imagine if that was like a PS5 beta hype trailer. Imagine if that was like a trailer like hyping up passives coming. Like it's like, take your character to a whole new level, and it like shows like there's 3 Mortgage clones now or whatever, and like Kurt's like arms fall off and he puts on like an improved version or something, like, and like even then like that, like to bring players back or to hype up the game or to put it out there, even if it's just a standard like like even if it's that, and you spend the money like making sure people on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever, see that and they know your game exists. Oh man, it just, I don't know, it just bummed me out. Yeah, they like put a lot of like extra sauce onto that, and I don't think it was Soul Eve. I think it was Netmarble, because Netmarble owns Mave, right?
Yeah.
But like if Netmarble would have been like, hey, we're gonna give you guys this money to advertise the game, just at some point make sure Mave gets like this much like screen time, I think it would have been cool. But I mean, we'll never know.
I kind of feel like they got the notice ahead of time, like a lot ahead of time, that they're canceling the game, right? Because they already had like a really cool trailer and all that stuff made for the announcement. But and that March 7th was going to be when the beta was going to be available, open beta. So rightfully, you would mark it maybe like a month in advance or something to let people know, like to get hype for it, not like the week before. You would give it more time to market. So I feel like they had the knowledge already that they're going to be canceling the game. Maybe like a month, maybe even 2 months prior to officially them telling us.
It is a shame. I know, like, I got people in the community messaging me like, hey, you were partnered. Do you talk to the devs? What happened? Like, they want clarification. We got a goodbye, but it was like a text. It wasn't like an explanation, I guess. And then they're like, hey, can we get some partners together to buy some servers, keep the game running? You know, we'll worry about a develop team after. Just keep the game alive and going and kicking. And like, you've seen games like that with like Rainbow Six Siege was bad and it was not doing well, but the community for the game is super loyal, and the devs saw that, so they started investing more into it. And then here we are. Rainbow Six Siege is a great game. Like, it would have been nice for the game to get a chance like that, where the community kept it alive long enough for us to find out what we want or where the game needs to go, but it just fell on its face. So
I wonder if they'll like, I don't know if they can do anything to, because Rockamania is the one that started it, right? He's the one that kind of got. I wonder if they'll like maybe take it back to them just doing it themselves. But
I think Netmarble owns the rights.
Yeah,
I think
like,
so Netmarble has to give it back to them. I think, like, so what we do is if we were to rally together, we would have to go to Netmarble and say, hey, we'll pay for the servers, keep the game up, or hey, we'll buy the rights for the game, and then we would keep the servers up on our own. But you know, I imagine Netmarble put millions of dollars into this game, right? So
yeah, I don't know.
We're gonna pay them $3 million for Paragon, you know.
I can tell you, because I did talk to Ranger afterwards.
Oh, you actually got a hold of somebody?
Yeah, I talked to Ranger after. Cause I'll keep it a buck. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was kind of upset. I was like, dude, you're making me let these people down, man. Come on, dude. Like, what's happening? And I can tell you that he did not know until relatively recently. So I assume the rest of the team also didn't. They were not. I can tell you that it was not a, like, they knew multiple like months ahead of time. I think they knew around a week and a half to 2 weeks before we knew.
Really?
Yeah. So it was about 2 weeks before they do, which is why I, of the assumption that they were like, it was a letter from Netmarble saying, GG, wrap it up. Or like maybe a rep, or maybe, they knew it was a possibility, but they were hoping like hit certain numbers for something. But yeah, from the way he talked to me about it, like, or he messaged me about it, it seemed very much like he was in shock still, and he was bummed, and like he couldn't believe that this was how it would be ending and stuff. So yeah,
here we are scrounging. We are now the Overprime refugees looking for a place to call home.
Also, on that note, if there's any programmers, coders, VFX artists, or people who know how to do stuff in Unreal Engine 5, please message me. Thank you. That is all. My Discord handle is in the chat. That is it. That is all. I'm moving on. That was
Check
the
with us
piece.
years later.
Yeah, I know there's like a petition and stuff, but I'm just like,
There was.
I'm just done with it. I'm kind of done.
Yeah.
I probably won't ever go back to Pred. Maybe,
Okay.
I don't know, a year later when they add more stuff to the game. Argus looks pretty cool though. You guys see Argus?
Yeah,
He
pretty
looks
cool.
like a character that would fit in OP. He's got a Q that goes across the lane. He's got a constant like laser beam. Like
yeah.
I'm seeing when I see Argus, I'm like, this is stuff that we had in OP, and it was because and the reason they did that was because the game is so chaotic, so crazy. So, but I know like Argus is their original character.
Yeah.
They want to make him seem, I guess, not overtuned, but like fun to play. And I was just like, I want more of that in Pred. That's what I want.
Yeah, he does look pretty fun. And like comparing him to the other ones, what's the chick's name? Kyra.
Kira,
yeah.
She seems
You
really
mean-
boring.
Reaper from Overwatch. Yeah.
That Zarus is basically Odin from Smite.
Mhm.
He has the spear, the ult. When you get a cage, if you kill him, he gets a power buff. It's like the watered down version of old Odin. But yeah,
Mhm.
Arcus looks pretty cool. He looks like a cool character, cool concept.
Mhm. I also feel like I made this point to like some Overprime players and stuff. I feel like it's also unfair, like as consumers, to compare like some characters to characters from other MOBAs. Because like Smite has like 130
Yeah,
characters.
it's a lot. Mhm.
And like League is like 5 trillion characters, and Dota like XYZ. So like if you try even slightly,
Mhm.
you can like compare a character from one MOBA to another character from another MOBA. And you can also just be like, this is literally that ability from that thing. Because like unique ideas are a finite
Yeah.
resource, and we ran out of them as like
Oh yeah, look at the
a
film
human
industry.
race. Yeah, exactly. We were on a remake like dog. They're
Look at
like,
Disney's whole shtick the past 10 years.
dude, literally, they're like, people didn't like real life Lion King. What if we make real life Aladdin? Put Will Smith in it. He can't. His hands broke from backhanding people. Like it's like the whole entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yeah.
do like the OP originals were really, really fun.
They were so fun.
I couldn't really compare them to any other Smite character. But like, yeah, Mako felt pretty cool. Adele. I like Xena. Marty was pretty unique as well. I think just all her abilities synchronized with each other. Like they did a really good job on their originals.
Mhm.
Yep.
I also feel like one thing that I want to talk about was like how pretty Paragon the Overprime was to me. Like I don't know if it's just a bias, but like Pred doesn't have that like oomph, that gusto.
Dude, Pred feels like a 10-year-old.
Oh, that's something
MOBA,
else we're
man.
talking about. Yeah, me and Nika were talking about it before. It's like I think the way that I think it's like I purely think it's animation based. When I was playing Sev on OP,
And sound effects.
sound effects as well.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it too. He'd lift his hand up and he'd bring it down. When he would bring it down, the root would land at the same time of the animation ending. It felt like you pulled something from the sky down. When I play Pred, he lifts his hands up, he lifts his hand down, half a second goes by, and then there's a green circle on the floor. And I'm just like, there's a level of disconnect there, and I thought it was just ping. I think it's tied to the animation purely. But the sound design is also great. Like the sound design in OP was much better, I believe.
That's what I noticed too when I was playing like a lot of mid. When I was playing like when I played Gadget, you throw the drone out on the wave, that you wouldn't hear like the tick damage, or if you did, it was very slow. And like I played Faye, and I didn't want to play Faye because I didn't like the sound and visual effects of her. I didn't know I was doing damage to the wave unless I saw the numbers ticking when I threw her thing down, and I didn't know I eat somebody. Like, her E is like the line attack that hits somebody. I was fighting against a Gadget. I didn't know I did damage to her until I saw the passive on Gadget hit. You'd get a shield from her passive. So like the visual effects and sound effects were a big disconnect, especially coming from like OP, but even Smite 2. Smite has like some sound effects and visual effects. Obviously, it's gonna get better in Smite 2, or in Smite and then Smite 2. But like, yeah, in OP, like you can feel the abilities doing damage. You can hear the abilities doing damage.
Yeah.
And Pred, it's just like it's non-existent.
Yeah, it's like it's just as I think of the thing. I don't know if it's like health bar, because it's just like a glowing line that portions of it become red as they disappear. Right? There's no like if unless I'm remembering it correctly, which I very well could be, there's no like blocks, right, to show how big people's HP bar is.
Oh
It's
man,
just
I don't even remember.
it's just
yeah, it's small, but it's hard to notice, I guess.
like, and I just remember like doing damage and like it would just like become a like little red and like chip away and stuff. But like even in like what's it, Smite, like I put Signal to dude that like that health bar lights up like a Christmas tree. Like there's like a little extra, and I understand that like Pred is a game where they're very heavily focused on the instrumentals and stuff, and I think that is very respectful, and but like at the same time, it's just there's like a disconnect.
That's the thing that I like. People keep saying the fundamentals of the game are really good, and like that's what they're working on is the fundamentals of the game or the core of the game. But like it's already been at that point for like a while now. The core of the game. There's something new that's coming to that game. Right, the heroes they haven't had a lot of heroes recently. I think the people have only said like the Fang Tooth has changed. It used to be worse or something, but other than that, there really hasn't been anything new to that game.
Mm-hmm.
It just the pace of that game, the pace of the content and like I don't mean content like skins and stuff. I just mean like content in general. Like anything happening to the game is content. I think the pace of that is just so slow over there.
It's much slower than compared to OP. I don't know about Smite's patching, but I think Pred does 3 weeks is a balance patch, and I think 6 or 8 weeks is the content patch.
And even that, like this most recent patch that they're having today, or whatever recent the one with Argus.
March 5th.
It got delayed, right? It got delayed. I don't know, maybe like a week or something. It got delayed, so they're not even being consistent on those patches. Smite is different because you have so much in the game already. You don't need to be balancing frequently. You have like 8 different game modes, including like rank or whatever. You have like 130 gods, so many items. There's a lot already in the game that you don't need to be balancing. I think Paragon or Overprime had it correct where there wasn't a lot of content in the game. So like they had a patch every 2 weeks, which is like 2 weeks. What the middle was like a balance patch. They didn't really do a good job. We've already talked about that. They sucked at balancing, but the one after that, even that middle patch would get like a skin or something, but at the end we'll get a new hero. But it's the pace of that the dev team and people have said it too that it could be just like a lack of knowledge as being game developers.
Yeah, it was the first team. That was their first game. It's not like they worked on anything else.
Yeah.
But I mean, they had the budget, they had the backing. So
which sucks is if you're a person that wants to be into that game, you're gonna get. I'm getting bored. When I was playing it for like those 5 days, I was already getting bored. I was finding all the flaws of the game, and I was just bored with it. So I couldn't imagine myself staying there for a year of nothing.
I will say, the community doesn't hurt. Like from a content creator perspective, I will say like they're pretty like in tune and nice that like they're like we want to be a good community. We want to be
they are much healthier.
Yeah, they're like we want to be a good community. Like they're like competitive players. Like not to like say it, but like as someone who's intact with a lot of like competitive players, some of the top of the food chain it's insane. Like
it's pretty filthy up there.
It's like it's
OP players or
OP.
Yeah, not Pred.
Yeah, OP. Like it's like pretty like dude, like it's just a patch, and it's like I'm never coming back. I hate the game, but I'm like. They reduced Shinbi's damage by 5% on her like Q. And that's like the game doesn't deserve me anymore and my talents. And I'm like, and like I would like to say like 95% of it is like are amazing people. You got your Contes, you got your B certs, you got your like Moxplode, Menace, all those guys like very good. But there are like some like bad apples and stuff. But like, and I feel like that is like in every game. But like as far as like and it's probably the same in like Pred, but as far as community goes, like I streamed and I'm not a streamer really, and people are like much like, oh man, you build this item and you'll do this and this and like, oh man, don't forget to keep using your obelisk. Use the obelisk. It's been 20 seconds. Obelisk. I'm just like, okay, like I appreciate the help and stuff, but they're so willing to help, but in like Overprime, I think the most helpful, like someone was like out of like without knowing me was out of the thing was Soul Reaper, and he was like, this was like at the beginning of the game, and he's like when pinned it was like the only item that really mattered, and I like tried streaming. He's like, this build has a very notable lack of pendant in it because I didn't know it was like the god item. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, I built this item. It's god tier. And then I did. And I'm like, oh my god. You know?
I wonder if it's like, so Paragon, our Pred is more, true to the original Paragon, right? There's a lot more of OG Paragon players.
Yeah.
So like they really want that game to survive, right? Because they've already had Paragon die. Where I felt like OP was more of like maybe newer people to a MOBA.
Oh
right?
yeah.
It wasn't if you're a diehard Paragon, you'd go to Pred, but if you wanted something different and you play OP, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like
I'd agree with that, yeah.
So I feel like maybe the community over there, because the community is great. When I was there, they're really cool and they really want that game to survive. But I think that might be the reason why is because like they've already been hurt because of Pred or Paragon, that they are like, if someone comes in, let's try to get them to stay. Let's be really nice to people and things like that. And the developers are really cool too. Like they were in chat when I was streaming a lot, and they were like, just hyping up or whatever. And like I would complain about something, and they'd be like, oh yeah, we're gonna work on this next patch or things like that. So they really wanted to survive for sure. So I think that might be the disconnect in communities. Overprime was more, I guess, more toxic than it was in Pred.
Oh yeah, Overprime. Can you imagine if it was vice versa? Let's say Pred's getting closed down and OP's surviving, and someone comes over from Pred and they're like, "Hey guys, I want to learn how to play OP," and they're like, "You didn't get, you're paid, idiot. Go back to Smite.
You're paid, loser."
Yeah, I can for sure they are much more welcoming on Pred.
With that being said, my YouTube comment section on these past two videos of Overprime shutting down and my first game on Predecessor was back and forth, just like, well, that's why their game shut down, loser, or something like that. Yeah, it was. I was like, oh god, I hope you don't speak for the Pred community. But
YouTube might be its own thing.
Yeah. In Pred, it was different. Like everyone was cool, but outside of Pred on YouTube, it was like, lol, who saw that coming? Lol, like shit like that. I was like, oh god,
dude,
it came out with titty skins instead of taking away the desync on the stairs.
And then I would have a conversation with somebody to try to no, that's not really the reason why they died. The game's closed or whatever. And they're like, ultimately, I'm right because your game is gone.
Yeah, bro. But when I went to Pred and I was like, hey guys, I'm an OP fan. I was very honest. I was like, OP fanboy. I love Overprime more than Pred, but game's shutting down. We have to change. We have to fix. I'll look at it. And then someone came into my chat and they're like, hey dude, I'm really sorry your game is shutting down. And I'm like, I was like, oh my god, he actually cares about my feelings. I was like, thank you for giving me your condolences for the game that I've been playing for 4 years and I love. Thank you. Dude. What am I doing in this game? It was so welcoming and endearing, and then I can't imagine OP people, bro.
So I'm not of course gonna dock this person, but I'm still on Facebook, like a little old shit, because when I was in middle school, Facebook was cool. So I secretly made a Facebook when I was a kid, and I haven't been able to let go because I felt like I was cool and because I had one. And it was an adult thing. So judge me if you will, but I have one. And the Predecessor group is such a mix of really just toxic individuals, dude.
On Facebook?
Who are I didn't
know that was a thing anymore.
On Facebook, there's a Facebook group on it. There, it has a bunch of people, and for the most part, they're super cool. I'm literally bringing it up as we speak. Here
I can be honest with you. It's probably because the people on Facebook are OG Paragon players who are now 38 years old 30, and 40,
50, 40s.
So real quick. Oh my god, I'm not gonna be able
toxic
to get
gamers.
To it. But it's some guy who the first thing I see after this, I'm mental, emotionally broken. And the first thing I open up on Facebook is some absolute dickhead, man, being maybe Overprime players will shut up now that their game's dead. And then it was the peace sign. And I'm like, who and it was weird because I'm this is I'm here to look at memes, dog. What are you doing? I'm you look at memes and
bully failing society. Game cry.
Unironically, yes. Unironically, there is someone on there that I check in and that
his life is so shit.
Dude, he'll post stuff sometimes and it'll be don't ask about my come up because I wasn't done up when I was around. And I'm like, I don't know, bro. I think your house is probably foreclosing, and I'm happy that it is. Like, I'm like real spite, dude. Like, he's like, yeah, man, just got from the doctor, STDs again, but they don't know how sick I am. Check out my mixtape, and I'm like, I hope you have ice for dinner. Like, I hope, like,
It's
so
bad,
brutal.
dude. I see some of the people, and I remember I was like, oh, hey, Trevor, remember when you were 17 years old and you got the game-winning touchdown and you kissed my crush, Cindy? It's weird that you peaked there at 17 years old and I'm over here, 28, still going.
It's weird that
Playing
you
a dead video
there.
game.
And I was like, look, Chad, you imagine being 17 years? First off, you go 9 months of existence that you're not even there for. You're not unconscious existence for 9 months to be named Trevor, and then second off, you come over here and you go 17 years of your life, and that's it. Everything else is just an endless void. Crazy. That's what I do on Facebook. I just look at people and I catch up. Like, you haven't made 6 figures. You don't have a house yet. You're not even married. And I'm toxic on Facebook.
Dude, okay, so you admit that you two have a Facebook, and that does make me feel better.
Don't look it up. I think I got rid of it, but it re-enabled itself. I don't use it though.
Twitch.MikeWolfie, Twitch.MikeWolfie, Facebook.MikeWolfie. Yeah, I'm like scrolling through, like trying to find it, and I haven't been able to. But like, no, it's like, and I was like, dude, like it instantly, like I was turned off from Pred, like for like 2 days. But then I'm like, I got a community that I still want to do stuff with because like they're so great. So I'm like.
Yeah, so speaking of that,
bullet.
you briefly mentioned like the Overprime community. You said potentially with Smite, or what are your plans with that community?
Oh, okay. So
like,
it's a combination.
Because I know, like right now, just so I don't know if you are aware, but right now there are a lot of small leagues in Smite, a lot of like community ran leagues. So I know there's.
Isn't there that one like every weekend where they give away like gems or something?
Yeah, they'll do like joust, or some people will do like, I don't know, some fun stuff. But there's actually like maybe like 3 solid leagues in Smite.
Jeez,
like not the pro scene.
Are they in Smite too? Yes, the diff. So I'm having a meeting with the staff tomorrow to for us to like talk about stuff. Like, Serial I think is gonna be taken ahead on that. Awesome. Everyone loves Serial. You're Wolfie, you're diffed. But
yeah, I'll ban him again.
You banned Serial?
Dude, like a dickhead.
Wait, when? Why?
Serial comes into my chat and he's like, "Hey, dude, I want to play." I was like, "Yeah, sure, man, just add me." I play, and then he takes Muriel solo lane, and I'm just like, "Okay, I didn't realize you were a raid mechanic that I have to work around now." And so once I was like, "All right, dude, look, you don't know how to play the roles. Like, I'm not expecting you to beat them, like beat them into submission, win the lane, but at least like play a role." Because now here I am, Murdoch, thinking about buying physical defense because you couldn't do it on solo lane. I don't know, man. But
dude,
it's all right. It's all in the past. Me and Serial. I'm sure he still hates me, but
banned my fucking.
I kicked him from the game, and then I think I timed him out. I don't think I banned him, but it's all in the past. I'm sure he forgives me. If
Dude,
he
he's
doesn't,
actually
I deserve it.
He's actually like a really nice, genuine person.
I'm sure he is.
He is really nice.
I'm sure he is. But
he's the shining hope of Overprime.
His first impression needs work, bro. I'm telling you, when I'm on Facebook shitting on my high school bully, you can catch the smoke too, man.
Dude, he's the dude. We're talking about the community. He's the problem. It's Mike Wolfie.
True.
I think that's my ego showing for itself. It's like, oh, this guy's popular streamer. His opinion's always right.
Yeah, dude, and then you're in my chat even once, and I'm like, bro, not the hard on. Like, it's insane. Dude,
if me and Serial ever end up in a call, he's gonna be like, hey, Wolfie. I'm like, who are you? He's like, hey, Serial. Oh, it's me, Serial. I'm like, huh? I'm gonna walk on ice around him and just be like, hey man.
but Wolfie's like, bro, why does the community like him more than me, bro? What is this? Like,
no, I deserve it. I was probably tilted. We'll see what happens with the dynamic of me and Serial ever getting in a Discord call again, but
overpowered. So right now, here's my plan that I'm gonna like tell them about, guys. So get it easy, like a little sneak peek. There's basically three things. There's Predecessor, there's Gigantic, and there's Smite 2. And here's where the sauce is, right? Things are very like how we operate changes greatly, and what we'll do is greatly going to change, dependent on which one of those we decide to fall into. Because if we go over into Smite 2, a part of what we're going to probably try to do for traction is have an event on the first week of it being out. Like, is having an event week 1, probably within like 50 to 74 hours of the game being out. Like, just being like, we'll hype it up beforehand, we'll like release like stuff. I might even try to pay for YouTube ads. No matter what we do though, it's going to be contested, with the exception of probably Gigantic, but even like maybe a little bit less there. But like, so go to Gigantic, we have to completely restart. It's a different brand of something than I've personally been interested in, like as far as like visually. So I'm just kind of like, Pred is so locked up. Like, it's like PCC dudes are amazing. Fang booth is nuts. Like they have like, like some like EU stuff that's ran normally too.
See, but that's the thing. Like, so you're seeing that on the side of Pred. I mean, that's the same thing in Smite, and there's more. It's like,
yeah,
you got to find that community, right? And like the people that you have in your community now are all from Overprime. I don't think any of them want to compete in Smite. Like,
well, I brought it up, so I did bring it up, and I made an announcement once again. My co-casters here don't even
I lost
really.
a bet. That's the only reason I was in that cast.
Yeah. Once
Going
again,
forward.
my players, my co-casters here actually do not look in my Discord. I get it. No, I understand. And we put up a poll, like, everyone submit a vote. Predecessor, Smite 2, Gigantic. Where would you want us to like move to? Gigantic had by the lowest with 16. Predecessor was like a midway with 23.
Yeah.
Smite 2 has like 50.
Yeah, and that's what I think. That's what I feel like. Most of the Overprime communities, they are going to go to Smite 2. And I don't think anyone was really going to Pred. Maybe like a small percentage. But yeah, I mean, it'll definitely be like more community and not like the best of the best.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Pros and all that stuff.
Yeah, because there's literally a pro league in that game, right? So we can't like do
and even
that.
the SEC, like just semi-pro league as well.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So it'd be like more of like a community-based thing, possibly. We'd bring like good players. We'd have tournaments and stuff for people to get involved in, and it can be like a lot of fun. But like we definitely would have like take a big step back and maybe evolve into something farther. But on the PCC side, it's also like it's kind of hard because it's like it's a to reduce numbers, it's a community of 100 people, right? It's a community of 100 people. And let's say, like, realistically, 80 of the people in that 100 are avid PCC Fang Booth fans, right? And, there's like, okay, well, that's cool. That's cool. But like, getting in there, basically you're aiming for like 20%. You're like, I want kind of what's remained realistically, it's like 10 to 15. As to where Smite, let's say it's also like 100 people, but because of the volume of people playing and watching the game, maybe only 20 of those are invested in this thing. 10 of those are invested in this thing. 30 of them are invested in the like pro leagues. And then maybe we can find our 10 people, right?
Yeah.
Like the percentage bar to aim is so significantly higher. Like if we get 5% of that community to invest in Overpowered, we are like a successful esports thing. So like the bar becomes lower.
I don't know, like I've had people, like when I had built my community, I would run a lot of tournaments as well, like leagues and tournaments, stuff like that. So there are people, I guess, for like my side of the community, even people like Zodek in chat right now. He was one of the people that I used to play in one of my leagues or tournaments. So I'm sure, like, if you do decide to do anything with Smite, I could, do some little bit of advertising, like the title and stuff, and let people know, because people do see that when they're scrolling like signups for tournament, and they'll be interested. But it's just you have to rebuild that player base again. Whereas OP, you're like the go-to, you're the only one doing it for OP.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like halfway excited for that. And I will be honest, like I've told Wolfie this. This may be a little bit selfish, but I also want to grow as a caster and stuff. So I feel like I already have my foot in PCC. Like I already have my foot as a caster in the biggest predecessor like thing they have. I feel like even if I get a toe into Smite, I can maybe increase the chances of like running down this dream, right?
And
Of like casting stuff.
Yeah, and that has happened too, right? Some of these people that are casting, people do look for other. So, like in Smite, I've seen it where people are looking actively to cast in other tournaments and leagues to get their like to build up their portfolio, and like they would go on, and some people have gone on to cast like SCC matches, right? Not the pro league, but like the league, the semi pro. We'll call them the semi pro league. They would go and cast those and get their name, get their foot in the door, and be on. I guess they do payroll. I'm not 100% sure. It might be just for fun. I'm not too sure. But people from there have gone on to go into the pro scene and cast. So it's kind of like you'll be starting at the very, very bottom. But of course, you always work your way up. And
I wouldn't be starting at the bottom because we're overpowered gamers. Look at camera. Look at it. Got him. The segue was way too hot there. But no, like we do have a small community, and it is small. Like, let's keep it $1. It's small. Like, I opened up the thing with you today on like your stream, and like you were at like 60 people. When I looked, I'm like, Cordy, bro, top 3 and it in Smite, but I forgot it's Smite, and I opened it up, and it's like 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, 500, 500, 500, 500, 500, 100, 100, 100. And
yeah, we are
it's
small fish again.
Yeah, like and it's not because your viewership necessarily changed, because I don't know your metrics, so I don't know if it does, but the size of the pond changed, right? Like we were big fish in a very tiny pond, and now we're tiny fish in the ocean, and we're just like, well, I have my guppies, but it's not what it was percentage-wise.
Then we're gonna have to treat it like prison. We fight the biggest guy in the fucking pond, and we just find whatever the biggest streamer is, and we start. I'll run you down in lane, bro. If I'm right,
let's go fight Weekend and Con. Let's go fight him.
I'm hopping in against Paul, and I'm like, bro, your Morgan is shit, bro. Die to me, brother. Like,
after that game, after that image happens, it's just like, hey, Overpowered Esports no longer streaming. I heard he took a day job on an oil rig somewhere in Bali.
I like not Cordy, Wolfie, about like some of the future plans and stuff.
Yeah.
But also like my future endeavors and plans personally require that I basically be a content creator. And as I have this community in Overpowered that I of course really love. I hope you guys feel like similarly. You guys were a part of it. You guys really helped build it up through your guys' own channels, and our communities have a lot of overlap. But I really love these people, but I also need to build a community, not just around what I can bring competitively, but for my future plans for stuff. I need people. Oh God, this sounds so fucking vain. I need people to love me, Ego. As well as Overpowered. Overpowered, of course, more, but I need my name to mean something. In order to
follow the name.
Yeah, in order to take steps to grow Overpowered, I need to be somebody. And so, that's so I'm in the ocean and I'm just and I'm pulling up on a shark and I'm just like, damn, you cute. Like, what's you doing? You got plans tonight? Yeah, you want to hang out with me? And like it's kind of a thing of I need people if they see if they hear Ego, that they aren't but they have maybe a vested interest. If that makes.
It'll come with time. It comes with the streaming, the grinding. Which honestly, the bigger you get, the more hate you get, as well as the more love you get too. It works both ways. But it'll get there, especially with you breaking into the PCC. That's more people to understand you from the Pred side of things. If you tap your toes into Smite, that'll grow with that. And it's just the more and more you get reputation, when you go to somewhere you shouldn't be, maybe when they go back and they vet you and they look at your progress or where you've been, they'll probably have a better source to what they're getting into.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. But kind of turning it back on you, Cordy, since you hit me with a question that actually turned into like a 20-minute rant. I apologize, YouTube
No, you're good.
viewers. These timestamps are gonna go crazy on this video. But what about you, man? Like, your community was sort of very Overprime based. Do you have any like investment in like or plans? I should say this. I am springing this on you, so you
No, you're
can't
good.
heat me out the window. But like, do
Already
you
have
have
my
any like
plans made.
plans on how you want to like grow within Smite? Because I know you're not complacent. You're a grinder, dude. You put in the work. Do you have any like plans for that?
Is it uploading VODs? Is it beginner guides? Is it?
Yeah.
That's
I
what I'm
got you.
curious to see what the content's going to change to.
So I'm I guess I'm a little bit fortunate, right? I have some people that watched me when I played Smite. On the tail end of my Smite career, it got really like low. The numbers were getting low, and wasn't really having fun with the game. And then of course I went to OP, got peaked, and started like actually. I barely made VODs in Smite, and I didn't really make a lot of informative guides and stuff like that. I just did VODs. And then when I went to OP, I was like, you know what? I want to be that guy. I want to be, the weekend. I want to have like guides. I want to have builds. I want to have the website. I was working on that website. I want to be that guy that everyone goes to for information. And like doing, patch reviews and looking at other people, not even like Smite people. I would look at other content creators around like in Tarkov and like other games, like what they would do to, constantly put out content. So I did that in OP, got a year under my belt on that. I plan on bringing that over to Smite 2. Smite 1, I really don't have like a footing yet, right? I'm barely learning Conquest again and learning builds, so I really can't really educate. But in Smite 2, it's going to be a new game, pretty much new builds, new map, new guides, things like that. So whenever Smite 2 comes around, I'll be playing a shit ton of Smite 2, and I'll be back on that grind to making content again of like tier list builds and stuff like that.
Can we make a deal? Can we make a deal here between the boys?
What's up?
Sure.
And like clip it if they agree. Chat if they don't agree. Don't clip it so I can head and lie in court.
No, he starts a beef. Get some name for himself.
Wolfie, you're shit at Smite, bro.
I am.
You're gifted, so I'm sorry. But no. If one of us like blows up, right? I'm talking about like blows up.
Yeah.
Like we go nutty. Like let's say we are averaging more than 500,000 to 1 million views on like a YouTube video, or our streams are like if we block you to the top 1% of Twitch, either one of those things. Like we blow up. We try to take the boys with us.
Oh yeah, I got a roster.
We try to take the lads.
I have a roster. I already tell people like people that I'm close with outside of YouTube. There's other people. I was like, if I ever made it big, you're gonna be making content with me. If you don't want to be in content with me, you're gonna be my bodyguard. You're gonna be my assistant. Like I have a list of people that I've met throughout the stream.
Wait. First, I want to hear from Cordy. We locked in, boys.
Yeah.
Is this the outplayed contract? We're legally bound.
For sure, man. I got some buddies in the Smite community as well that I've known for 3 to 5 years that I've been doing this thing. So for sure.
Okay, real quick. Now, like everybody, put your arms out on either side of your frame, so it looks like we're locking it in. Cordy, bro, you do it or it doesn't count. Do it or it doesn't count.
I feel like
Wolfie,
I should take my shirt off. Should I take my shirt off?
No, shirt on.
I can't
this
do
is
this.
Just showing that we're locked
this
in.
Is tough.
Bro, just turn just get
I'm
two
looking
of them
at the
off
camera.
frame. Wait, hold up. Right, you're right. Like,
yeah.
Go. I think if we
hold
go,
on.
yeah, there it is. We're in there.
No, we're not. You guys are connecting with me. I'm being left out.
We're headed towards the middle of our shirt. Bro, it looks like I'm hailing Hitler. Wait, pause. Wait, there it is. Okay. Clipped, locked in. All hands touch the middle.
Brutal.
All hands tops the middle. We're in there. If one of us blows up, it's the Mr. Beast code. Don't leave a boy behind. Boom. It's there. Basically,
I'm pretty sure that code was been broken though. I think there's been some drama with Mr. Beast.
There has been, as far as his group of friends, there hasn't really been drama. There's people who've left to want to do their own thing outside of him because they're casting a small shadow in his big one, so they wanted to do their own thing. But
it's Mr. Fucking Beast. What? Like it's like, yeah, man. I really, really wanted to be like rich, but like I'm not Bill Gates, so fuck it. Like what, bro? Shit.
So yeah. Yeah, for sure. We got people. I have a list of people that I would bring with me if I ever made it. God forbid. If I made it, I can't imagine how lazy I would get. Probably super lazy. I'd just be like, "You're an editor. Make this funny. You're my bodyguard. Go get me McDonald's breakfast. Thank you." Yeah, I would just be terrible.
But
Dude.
yeah, I do want to make more YouTube content, of course. Built a player a community over there too. So I know everyone is really excited for Smite 2. So for now, do Smite 1, and then whenever Smite 2 comes out, I'm probably doing like 12 to 14-hour streams just to get as much content as I can.
Dude, you gotta go hard, man. Like I think
videos every
like,
week, every day.
The first thing I'm gonna bring up during the community staff serial, hey, by the way, I'm telling everyone this. We're gonna be completely changing our software for streaming stuff to like try to match PCC, because once again they're fucking gods over there. But like unironically, it's the new software I want us to pick up, and I'm going to tell them, I'm like, I need you guys' help paying for this if we're going to continue, is about $1,300 to buy.
What kind of software? What are you doing?
Dude, like, have you seen the PCC, like, in picks and bans? Like, there's little, like, pre-things that, like, there's animations of, like, the characters coming in and they, like, fade in and all that stuff. And, like, all these, like, mixes of things that, like, they take it from what we were doing at Overpowered to where, like, it was a stream that looked good. Yeah. You know? And it takes it to, like, this is a broadcast. Yeah. Like, this is a broadcast. This is a real thing. And when I want to push it into that, you know? So, like, that's something I'm going to be bringing up is, like, this shit is not going to be cheap if we decide to do it, guys. Like, because we're taking this from, like, a stream to a show, if that makes sense. Dude, oh, God, it's so tough. But, also off segue, if you guys want to like get back to the original material, please let me know, because I'm just remembering things as it's coming up, and I'm kind of asking. Cordy,
we have a script?
Do we have? I thought we did. I thought.
Oh, we did, but I think that's fine. We kind of already briefly talked about what we do with OP.
Anything new with anime? We usually touch on that, right? Anything new with anime?
I didn't watch Solo Leveling yet, because. I have my reason, because, and it's not Tarkov.
It's Smite.
It's Smite, man. I have to learn every role to help you learn the game, but I'm like learning the jungle. I was learning solo. I was watching ADC. I was watching mid.
When he says you, he means you, Wolfie.
I take back our blood pact.
You and everyone in chat. Taco was kind of having fun, I think. I think Taco was getting down. He was making some plays. I was like, okay, dude, he's getting the support roll down. He was making some plays. He was giving me the shell whenever we were team fighting. Fucking Andy was feeding his brains out in mid lane. Holy crap, dude.
Andy, you're not coming with us,
dude. Andy and Kirby were like,
Kirby's new. He's never played Smite. You can't blame him.
I'm not blaming him, but it still happened. Like, it's like, oh man, this person got eaten by a lion, and there's not normally lions around. Doesn't mean you didn't get eaten by the lion, bro. I looked over, and he's like, they're just killing me, and I'm like, it's not that. And I looked at the KD, and it was
1 in 11 or something.
It was like 1 in 11 in 8 minutes. I was like, ah.
So the Bakasura is 5 levels ahead for some reason.
So rotated to me, bro, and I looked at the KD, bro. I'm like, bro, this bucket wants to make you a bread player, dog. But
Serpent, I played one game with Serpent whenever everyone left that yesterday, I think.
When we were gaming tonight,
yeah, and he played King Arthur, and he was doing some work.
I'll tell you, before I played OP, me and Serpent, we didn't grow up together. I think I met him like 5 years ago. He's friends with my buddy I grew up with. And when I went to Smite and I played with him, he was the dude where it didn't matter if it was a 2v3 or a 3v4. When we all died, he would handle whoever was left, whether they were full HP or not. He's the guy that you send in last, like, hey guys, we lost a trade. They got 3 of us. We got 1 of them. He would get the other 5, and and that's when I was like, hey, come play Paragon. And I'm telling you, since he never played Paragon, and I've been on this game for 4 years, it felt good to put him in his place. And then 2 months later, I can't fight him anymore, so I gave up. But
yeah, he was doing work. Like, we were both like just fighting in with each other. He was like playing King Arthur, and I was playing somebody, I don't know, but. Yeah, he was so good. Like, he was hitting some abilities and maneuvering on the fights. I was like, okay, dude.
Cordy, why can't you love me like this? I get a quadra kill in your game in the first like 3 minutes, and you're like, it must be the MMR. Like,
Dude,
why?
it was like 30-1. It was definitely MMR, bro.
And then the next game, I go 5-1 sub 6 minutes, and you're like, MMR. And it's like, what?
The reason why is that you don't get your due diligence or your praise whenever you pop off is because for you to pop off the first 10 minutes before that, you were stealing every camp from anyone everywhere, nowhere around us, and then you show up 15 minutes later. I got this, boys, and then you go and you kill 3 people.
I was 17 enemy juggler.
Like 15 kills with like 17k damage. I'm pretty sure Taco did more damage.
That's because most of my kills came in the first 15 minutes of the game. Like, of my 17 kills, like 13 of them were when people's max HP was 400.
It was
like,
funny. He was getting like frustrated because he was doing really well, and then he's like, I was 5-1 at one point, now I'm like 5-3 or something.
No. Yeah. I was like, dude, I was just 9-1. I'm 9-4 now. What are we doing?
Let's chill out. Yeah, let's chill out for a
bit. Because everybody, including Cordy, I don't care if it's your podcast, kept smacking their face one at a time into the enemy team, and I'm like, we are losing. Why are we fighting them? And then I was like, can we chill out? And Cordy's like, yeah, that's probably smart. Just like why? You're messing up my KD, and I already know Cordy's not giving me no credit this game. So it was insane.
Check the YouTube video to see if your name's in the description.
Oh yeah, no, that video. Actually, I probably will put up on YouTube because we were popping off, or I was popping off.
I left at the wrong time. Damn.
Oh my god, dude! It's like, guys, let's chill out a little bit. Like, truly, I told him, like, bro, you got that Paragon brain still. Can we stop fighting?
Oh no, it's funny. It's funny. Whenever I played Pred with Zoro, me and have the same mentality of W key everybody. So like 7 minutes in, we're behind the inhibs, diving in someone's core to get the random Muriel walking by. When we die, after we kill the Muriel, we die to the core. Everyone types in chat, "You filthy OP players, what are you doing over here?" We're just diving the core. W key. It's a hard mindset to play. I think that's why most people from OP don't enjoy Pred. Is that
got
mindset
to, man?
change.
Because goddamn, that game is boring.
You probably do. It's probably the only way to bring life for it.
Yeah.
But I will say, when you're going from OP to Pred, it's yes, you have to learn the items, but it is a mindset change.
It is the most jarring change.
You have to control yourself. Like, you can't just run at people. Ha, pain. Ha, demo. You can't,
And there's so much emphasis on just stalling the wave. Like, oh
yeah, slow pushing. Yeah. It's I don't know. It's more balanced. And it's weird too, because I remember before OP shut down, I was playing Pred and I was telling you guys I'm having a good time. The reason I'm losing is because of balance. Like, it's a fun game, it's interactive. And then once OP died and I went to Pred, I was just like, oh my god, I was overhyping this way too much. And I think it's because I was dabbling into it. I wasn't committing to it. But after committing to it, I know the glasses come off. You see what's going on, but. I'm still gonna pick Pred over Smite for now.
I'm happy you said it instead of me, because I was gonna bring up. I'm like, it's nuts that when Paragon was alive, you're like, guys, the balance just makes me feel so good.
I think I got pained one too many times.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then something broke in you, and now that the love of your life is gone, you're like, I would die to get silenced again. Please
pain me, please.
It just means you want to fight. Come on, square up.
Yeah, it means you want to fight instead of just slow push for the green buff 6 minutes in advance from now.
So boring just thinking about it, man.
Slow push for the. Okay, Cordy, since we're on the podcast, can you? Okay, please say no. Actually, just you don't even say no because you'll feel bad, and I don't know if you're the type to say no. But just shake your head back and forth if you don't want to. Because on the stream, when you quit, you said something that I was interesting, and then you were about to go in. You were about to go in and expand on it, but you stopped yourself and I'm gonna let it go and watch Smite God videos, which I watched that to completion. By the way, I was like, this is so entertaining. This is why he had so many followers. You watching Smite Gods on stream and stuff.
Oh, all the old gods and stuff.
Before that, you were like, dude, I'm playing a worse product. This is just, and then you were like, no.
Oh no,
What
yeah,
would
I
Cordy
can't remember.
do?
I can't remember what I was going to go into, but yeah, I know. India was like, you know what? Let's get off of this category. Let's go to Smite. They will do their thing over there. I'm done. I don't remember what I was going to say, but
Yeah, dude, because I have like it was like, what would Cordy do? And like, I'm like, Cordy would be
What would
real
Gandhi?
about it.
And Cordy was in there like, what would Gandhi do? Gandhi would leave. I
Yeah,
should
I
leave.
leave. I should go.
yeah. I mean,
Oh no, man.
I know. Like the community's great. They love that game. The devs love that game. Clearly, it's just I.
Not for you.
It's just gonna be
Preference.
so long. I think until that game gets anywhere, and I don't know
Yeah.
if it can survive that long. Especially with Smite 2 coming out. A lot of people that play Pred have played Smite, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that game.
Oh,
I think Smite 2 is more likely to kill Pred than it was OP because OP was just a different type of game.
yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
But there's a new
So-
MOBA that's coming out eventually.
Gigantic.
I'm sure.
No.
RTKL.
This is it's called Zeta, codename
Ugh.
Zeta. Zeta.
I've never like
Still
seen
waiting
it
on
or seen anything
Ethereal. Did
about
you
it.
guys ever see Ethereal gameplay?
Isn't it dead?
I gotta talk. I don't know. I have to talk to Jelly Knees because he was like the motion cap guy for him. You should know he's one of your casters, Cordy.
Cordy.
The fact that you called me
Ego,
Cordy
not Cordy.
is
Sorry,
must-
sorry.
Cordy, do we take his 33%?
I'm out of the pact. But anyway, like I was waiting for that game because it was such a twist. It was like a 6v6 MOBA, 2 jungles. I think it was 2 jungles, a mid lane, a solo lane, and then the dual lane. Is that math? Does that make sense? I think so. Either way, there was 2 jungles, one for the left side of the map, one for the right side of the map. There was verticality, and the lanes were separate. Were like mid lane. If I had to put it on elevation, it's kind of hard to explain this on Spotify, but let's say mid lane is at 100 feet, solo lane is 1,000 feet in the air, and in order to get from a solo lane to mid lane, you'd have to jump off of a cliff and fall down 900 feet to go to rotate to mid lane. There was characters that could fly up from the 100 foot to 1,000 foot lane. It was so unique and it was so cool.
I saw like a video of that. It was different. It was definitely unique.
It had a lot of work to get done. I will say that. Like the game itself looked like it was very new. It was made in a new studio, knew everybody. Like it seemed like it was almost like a college project. But there was advancements every couple months. I was keeping an eye on it, and then I think they did one beta test, and I haven't heard anything about it after that. But man,
We do
that
need
was
new
another one I was
MOBAs.
gonna-
We do need new MOBAs. Even like these newer ones that
Wolfie-
came out are remakes of an old one.
Hmm.
Nothing. I have an impulse that I'm actively fighting right now.
I'm sorry I said that Jelly Knees was Cordy's. I can tell you that's the England.
But yeah, that's why I have not been watching anime. Because
yeah.
of Smite.
I mean, luckily for you, you'll be able to watch solo leveling this week, considering I'm your jungling goat. But no, like anime. I didn't watch.
I have some anime actually.
And
Yeah. Sorry.
I didn't
keep going.
watch any anime, but I did watch. I like Netflix, like actually like live show.
Mhm.
It's called The Night Watch. Is something it's called, and like
Okay.
it was like
What's
one
it
of
about?
Netflix's like top views. It's like basically it's like this dude. He sits in like a room because he works for like the White House, and like he's supposed to like make sure like when his phone rings, like he answers, and so he answers it because it rings like for the first time. And it's like some woman who needs help, and Night Watch is code for like the anti-intelligence agency for the White House. So it's like some conspiracy of like, yo, like who can you really trust, because he finds out someone within the White House is like,
It's called Night Watch? I'm not.
it's called it's called Night Watch on Netflix.
Oh, it might be a space.
It's-
That's why.
It is very okay. It is, for me, it's the perfect show to play if you're doing something in the background, because you do not have to be looking at that screen like ever. So I didn't like watch any anime, but I did watch that. I'll be honest, there's no anime out right now that I'm like, ooh, like I really would have watched.
I know one show that my wife and I are probably gonna get into. It's a Hulu show, because we've been watching just like cooking stuff, but it's called Shogun. It's just
Dude,
came
10
out.
out of 10.
Well,
I heard it was like perfect.
You've already seen like, because I know the first 2 episodes are out and they're gonna do weekly episodes, but it's that looks pretty entertaining. It's on Hulu.
I think for my anime stuff, I will tell you guys this much: do not go see the Demon Slayer movie in theaters. It just came out. Do not go
I
see it.
saw that because we're looking at movies.
And I can tell you that
So you watched it?
I watched it. My girl wanted to surprise me. She took me to see it, and she didn't know anything about it.
W
She said
girlfriend.
that, yeah, W girlfriend for sure. She said, when we went to see it, right, we were super excited. You know, especially with it being a movie, big budget, pretty colors, fancy animation. It literally is an hour and a half long. The first hour and 10 minutes is the last 3 episodes of this season that is the most up to date. So season 3.
That's what they did with the Mugen Train, right?
No,
Yeah,
it's just the Mugen, but like Mugen Train wasn't out already. You didn't see Mugen Train. Mugen Train came out, and then they turned it. They turned it into a season.
That's right.
Right now, you go watch the show. It's the last 3 episodes of the arc. What's the arc called? It's
Sword Village.
The Sword Village arc. It's the last 3 episodes, and then 1 episode of the new season that hasn't come out yet.
I could have sworn that's how they marketed too. I remember them saying that.
I didn't even see any marketing.
That's
I didn't
still
see anything.
gross. That's still so gross.
It was like a
when
sneak peek is all you're paying for.
It was, and like I was talking to somebody about it, and they're like, "Oh, well, it must have been nice. Like those animation, the budget increase, like it probably looked great." I was like, "It made it look great." And I will say, the last 3 episodes of the season that's most current make me fucking cry. I ball to tears all the time, and I did the same thing in the movie theater. But like when I told my girlfriend, I was like, "You spent like what, $45 for tickets on snacks and stuff to get the same last 3 episodes and 20 minutes extra?" Like I felt so bad for her, and she was upset because I wasn't enjoying it as much because we already saw it. But like, I will say, do not go see the Demon Slayer movie unless you really want to see the pretty colors and fancy budget increase for it being a movie. The last 3 episodes, but I was like, it was we were watching it, and like I saw like the final fight scene, and I was like, all right, it's been 30 minutes, we're done, right? And they brought in the next 2 episodes, and I was so disheartening. Oh.
Yeah, I could have sworn I saw the marketing like that. It was just gonna be like a sneak peek of the next season or whatever.
Yeah, when you say sneak peek, I thought it was gonna be like another Mugen Train. Like, it's gonna be a movie, and then they're gonna put it into a season after. And this is completely brand new, completely fresh. It wasn't. It was just rehashed stuff with 20 minutes extra.
When does Demon Slayer come out? I'm excited for that.
I thought the new season of Demon Slayer was shit. I thought it was terrible.
You didn't like the sword one?
Dude, I thought it was so bad.
I didn't like the village. I didn't like the village stuff.
The village, I was so
slow to get into.
Fucking bored, dude. Like, I'm like, all right, bro. We know you're not like gonna kill like, you know, Tanjiro. You're not gonna kill Zenitsu. You're not gonna kill like what's it called? But like, what made the last season great for me was how attached I was to Rengoku and his 3 wives. Because I'm like, those are killable. Like, those people might die. And like, because I like Rengoku's character so much, I was like, that would make me sad. So I had a vested interest. I'm like, you're not going to kill any of the main cast in a Pornhub village. You're not. It's not going to happen. Like, and so like, but when like the wives got captured and stuff, I was like, no, dude, Rengoku's what? But like when the like one Demon Slayer spoilers, I guess the season's been complete for like 6
years,
months.
I think.
Yeah, the new season. Oh, I thought you meant Sword Village. It's been completed for a while, so I like spoilers. Demon Slayer spoilers. YouTube got it. The whole like the pink-haired girl and her being like, you know, oh, people didn't like me growing up because my hair's pink and I'm so strong and I could never find a husband because of it. I was like, okay, I mean that's neat, but like I'm not like invested. And like the one guy I did like was the guy whose breathing style was America with the glizzy. He's just like breathing style, load the 9. He's like, it's insane. I was like, okay, that's cool, and that's attached to like it's attached to him. But he got like 22 seconds of screen time, it felt like. And when I was concerned about him, I'm like, wait, you can regenerate? What? You have a healing factor? And so I'm like, okay, I no longer need to worry about you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, whatever. And so, like, I thought the animation was really pretty. I thought the villain sucked, and I was super disappointed because if you look at like the ads and the trailers for the new season with it has like those wooden dragon things, right?
Yeah.
The wooden dragon monsters. Cordy, did you see that season? Have you seen it, by the way, Cordy? Am I spoiling for you?
No, I finished all of Demon Slayer.
So yeah, you know, like the big wooden dragon things
remember.
in all the trailers, that was in like all of it. And I'm like, that fight is gonna be so lit. I'm so ready. And then it got summoned, it smacked them around, and then we never saw it again. Like the Pinker Girl's like, I'll take care of it. I'll fight it. And then they ran to go kill like a fucking angry like Smurf dude. Like they went to like literally go kill a cancer Smurf instead. And I'm like, I don't get to see the Hydra fight. And then every once in a while, it cut back for like 4 to 10 seconds of like her being like, oh no, I'm trying so hard. Hurry, Tanjiro, kill it. Woo! And I was like, okay, this is not good. The only good thing, in my opinion, about that season was the Mist guy fight. That was
pretty cool. Yeah.
Hard as fuck, bro. Yeah. Like when his like thing started going up, his backstory, like if he wasn't on the screen that season, I just didn't care, man. Maybe it was bait. I could have been bait. Like it's still Demon Slayer. Everyone loves it, but like if that dude wasn't on the screen, I just didn't care the whole season.
I'm waiting for the Fairy Tail anime. I'm sorry, Corey, go.
I was gonna say season 4 is to be released in 2024, spring 2024. So
okay, cool.
Soon,
baby.
I'm waiting for the next advancement of Fairy Tail. It's called Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest. All right, listen, I get it. Wolfie doesn't like the niche animes that aren't noticed and stuff. I'm still waiting for that one. But that was supposed to come out. I mean, I'm honestly just excited for the voice actors.
You and Serial have something in common. Look at that. Wild, you'd ban that guy.
Yeah, wild, you banned him. It's insane.
Crazy.
Like, I'm sorry.
A fairy tale lover, it's kind of nuts.
Yeah, but then he tells me that his favorite character is like fucking Natsu, and I'm just like, yeah, you're banned again, bro. Get out of here. But don't watch the Demon Slayer movie. Don't do it. Save your money, wait for it to come, and when it comes to the TV or for streaming services, just fast forward an hour and 15 minutes. That's the new stuff.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's about it, man. I don't know. We'll see what's gonna happen in this upcoming week if Wolfie makes his return to Smite. I think Ego's been really enjoying Conquest.
Conquest Smite is the best game mode, and no one can change my mind.
We'll definitely get some games in. That's gonna be that's where I'm at. You can find me on Smite, on Conquest.
Nice.
Until the foreseeable future. Trying to make content around it.
You'll see Ego on Pred doing PCC stuff and then roasting me for not playing Smite.
Yeah, like Wolfie's gonna somehow find himself in a game, like he's gonna load up and he's gonna be like, "This isn't Joust," and like he'll be like, and I'll be like, "Hey guys, look, it's the guy who can't keep track of more than 4 different functions in a MOBA." Like it'll be insane. I'm joking. I love you, Wolfie. I'm joking.
It's true. I hate it. There's too many fucking circles on the side of the map, dude.
It's all.
I'm telling you, when I play solo lane, it's me, my daddy issues, and whatever stick I can find on the ground on the way to the lane. It's not the blue camp. Get the demons. Get the Toto. Oh, maybe you should take the portal and go do somebody else's job. Like, no, dude, it's solo lane. Just fucking fight and figure it out. Like, oh, I can't. I'll rebel forever. Not for
dude,
me.
Wolfie's gonna try one time to make a rotation, and when it hits 47 seconds, he's just going to quit. Jungle's so easy, dude. It's so easy.
It's easy. You got 70 things you got to do before you even start playing the game. You gotta get yellow, you gotta get red, you gotta go to mid to get level 3, then you gotta go to the left lane, get this camp and this camp. Sometimes you hit that weird treasure box in the random ass part of the map to get some 5 gold.
There's so much in the game.
Dude, you literally just go yellow, you go yellow, red at the same time, go yellow, go treasure, go mid camp, gank mid, free roam. Done. Like if you don't have an invade open, you go back to mid, drain some XP from that, go clear your right side Harpy camp, you fight over that, up, all your camps are back up again, go clear those, go poke your head back in mid lane. Is Cordy going to acknowledge that I hit a knock up through the wall with the Wheelix and hit the ult without looking and completed the kill on somebody? No? Okay, I'm not ganking duo. Go solo. Done.
I will say though, like I don't know, man. I think maybe once you understand the game, I feel like you'd have a lot. I thought you'd have a lot of fun in solo because it's really complex, but I guess that's not what you're looking for.
It's not that. It's I'm not looking for the complexity. I'm looking for like the solo like kind of aspect of it, where you fight somebody, you try to beat them, and
You're
then
trying
because
to
you beat them, you're
square
the tank
up.
for the team. Not you show up to lane, you get XP, you get a gold, you go somewhere
Yeah.
else. You then like that. To me, I'm not fighting a laner. It's a speed rate. At that rate, I
get
could
you.
play whatever character is the fastest character in the game. I can lock that character in and do farming simulator and diff the solo lane every single time, unless I get invaded
I
and
get that.
they. But like, it doesn't seem like you're the better player mechanically, or you accounted for the skill for the character difference by building this item, and you counter build better. It has nothing to do with that. It's go there, soak XP, go somewhere else, get more XP, come back at XP. It's just I don't know. It's not for me. So
Yeah, I understand that. Well,
I will say I think it's funny that the guy who's like, yeah, we're like, yeah, man, I want to go into the lane with my stick. Oh no, his stick turned into 2 sticks. That's cheating. And we're like, this is the solo laner who wants complex in-depth functions. We're going.
This dude, he talks about fighting people with sticks and daddy issues, and now, but we said no. Sometimes blue buff, Mike. No stick.
Sometimes
there's a totem. There is a TP. You want to come help?
You want to come help? You want to bring your stick? We can have a stick party.
I shoot sticks on that side of the portal. Can I pick that up?
I do think it's so stupid that people can travel to the teleporter with you. Stay the fuck away from me.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. And like, I know Whoopi showed up one time and he had 3 people with him. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was like, huh?
Gang represent.
I was like, what? So it goes off, and whoever's on it,
No, you
like,
you can always take it.
Yeah, there's no cooldown. There's no charges.
There is an eternal cooldown per person. I think it's like 120 seconds, but you can take it.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody can take it. I thought it was like a one-time use or something, but no, anybody can take it. And then I guess if you have it charged all the way, they hop on there with you last second, then they take the ride with you over there.
Yeah, not for me. I'll stick to a snooze fest pred, where at least I get to fight my laner instead of fight whatever blue camp walks in front of me.
I am gonna I will be honest with you. As a predcaster, I do have to say I do respect a lot more things about the game. But the moment I see you molding about the Grux freezing the wave outside the lane at 42 seconds, I am gonna message you in your chat and just be like, you could be taking blue buff right now. And then
what
I'm
about
gonna
the
leave.
Harpies 16 years from now? What about go get those? I get it. I expect it. I do.
We do got to watch the Smite 2 map. They just released a in-depth Conquest map, so maybe they're going over like it did seem more simplistic when I looked at the image, but I haven't fully watched it, so I need to go watch it.
I have it pulled up on my second monitor right now. I've thought about it. I will say the map does look so fucking pretty. They really did step up the graphics on this.
But yeah, I think that is it for the podcast. Man, you guys have anything else you want to add?
No, nothing for me.
All right.
If there are actually any coders or people who know how to operate Unreal Engine 5, please message me. Thank you. That's it.
All right. All right, guys. That'll be it for the podcast. We'll be here next Thursday, and we'll see where we're at, dude. What the week has been on our adventures, man.
Toodles, boys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
This is where we play the outro song.
But what's my name?
Wait, no.